By pulling too hard on the rope, it eventually gives way. Love, feeling too often put to the test, that tends with time to slowly fade away. Because when it's not harmonized, loving ends up hurting. So many examples of broken hearts to give, that one could wonder why it is still so desperately sought. Because too often it becomes a story of the dominant and the dominated, instead of being what it was always meant to be, to help each other grow instead of suffocating, to support and not crush. But is this society to blame for love collapsing? The question could clearly be asked. In this world where everything is bargained and traded, where because of egos far too self-centered and the spirit of competition rooted far too deep, love has become such a dangerous attachment. And for some women, sadly, it is in the most literal sense. How many women around the world lose their lives for having loved? By pulling too hard on the rope, it eventually gives way. Love, a feeling too often put to the test, that tends with time to slowly fade away. Because when it's not harmonized, loving ends up hurting. The problem nowadays is that finding your other half has become like shopping in a supermarket. A picture, a few carefully polished words, and all that's missing is your expiration date. And in the end we become products to consume. Once the goal is reached, there's nothing left but to throw it away. Here lies one of the causes behind so many emotional wrecks. For others it happens over time. We invest ourselves, we build and slowly drift apart in a daily routine that eventually crushes us. And often domination begins to settle in, leaving no more space for that emotion to shine. By pulling too hard on the rope, it eventually gives way. Love, a feeling too often put to the test, that tends with time to slowly fade away. Because when it's not harmonized, loving ends up hurting. But the truth is, to truly love, you first need to be able to give it to yourself. How can you transmit such an emotion if you've never been able to offer it to your own soul? Because in the end, love contains so many forgotten values: respect, listening, protecting without wanting to possess. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it must evolve in sincerity. Two hearts whose goal is to align together, a soul connection, a sacred union. Two luminous flames crossing through destiny together, that the hardships of life will never be able to smother. A melody that, despite a few wrong notes, will still leave you amazed. By pulling too hard on the rope, it eventually gives way. Love, a feeling too often put to the test, that tends with time to slowly fade away. Because when it's not harmonized,